Hello, this is Ken Barron with the National Association of Black and White Men Together. Before I start this video, why don't we have you, if you would, please subscribe to our Facebook Live and other chapters. And today, here I am, and I'd like to talk to you folks about interrupting. You ever been in a situation where someone begins speaking while another was mid-sentence and then cut them off? What's that all about? Then there is, quote, cooperative overlapping, a particularly active form of, quote, participatory listening. Perhaps listeners must do something to show that you haven't mentally checked out of a conversation. If they don't, the speaker may have trouble continuing. Signs of listening can range from nodding or an occasional or interjecting briefly with a similar story, then yielding the floor back again. Experts have described overlapping talks as an enthusiastic participation in various cultures around the world. One New Yorker's living in California so long, he had to struggle to stay part of the conversation, but he's still a New Yorker. His California-born and bred wife often accuses him of interrupting her. Those who aren't used to cooperative overlapping can end up feeling interrupted, maybe silenced. Maybe in a recent survey, Californians and a Londoner may have different ways of communicating. Cooperative overlapping is part of a conversational, let's call it ethic, that regards perceptibly pauses as an awkward silence to be avoided by keeping pauses short or non-existent. Those of us, and I include myself, who converse this way often don't realize that someone who wants to speak might be waiting for a pause to jump in. Again, in the study, a woman and her husband had hosted a great dinner party. He would accuse her of hogging the floor and shutting him out. He said, quote, "You need a crowbar to get into these conversations." Perhaps his metaphor was perfect. If the pause you expect between speaking turns doesn't come, you really can't figure out a way to break in. Not all overlapping is cooperative. It can really be intended to dominate the conversation, steal the floor, or even to undermine the speaker. But understanding that talking along may be cooperative can make our conversations better as we return, especially to in-person socialization and work. If you notice someone has been silent, you might count to, let's say, I don't know, what do you think, 7 seconds before you speak again, or invite them to speak. If you've been waiting in vain for a pause, you might push yourself to jump in. And if you feel interrupted, try continuing to talk instead of stopping. Well, there you have it. Just a quick note on interrupting. It kind of got to me recently when I tried to get involved with a fast-talking person. But there are ways around this. This is Ken Barron. Please subscribe to our podcast, to our live recordings, and you can visit us at nebwnt.org. Thanks for listening.